So today's video is on kanda bhajiya or onion pakoda, and if you need it in English it's onion fritters. Wait, no onion fritters, just kanda bhajiya. Started off by peeling onions, cut off both the buds. I used 2 onions, so peeled both of them, cry a bit while peeling them, sob a bit, and do it with all the 4 parts that you have divided. Later on, do it with all the 4 parts. Later on, grab all your trash and disappear for a while. I'm kidding, throw it in the bin. Gather your onions and disappear. No, wash it, come on. You gotta wash those onions. You know why? That's dirt, common sense, which is not very common. Then remove that bud because that's thick, very thick. It doesn't get cooked and keeps coming in the mouth, and I don't want that in my mouth. Sorry. Later on, do it with all the 4 parts and slice those onions. Not very thin, but not very thick as well. It shouldn't be as thin that you put it in the oil and they burn. You don't want that. You want a bite when you bite them. And slice them, keep slicing them, and then realize that your camera angle is in such a way that you can't show it to people. So gather your first part, change the camera angle. Gathering over here. Change the camera angle, and here we go. Slice those onions. At first, no one's going to be fast. You have to be slow and you have to be steady. Then you will win the race. Okay, I'll stop there. And then slice all the 4 onions in a medium thick manner. Once you have sliced it, you gotta salt it. I'll show it to you. Well, I'm very slow slicing the onions. Cut, and I'm done. Oh no, wait. I'm done finally. Gather all of those, put it in a bowl, clear your chopping board, clear your workplace, gather all the sliced onions. That little fella as well. Now salt it. Because salt is going to help draw out all the moisture from the onions. 1, 2, 3, and 4th, and small 4th one. Massage them, not much, and again cry a bit. Grab that and put back in the bowl. Cry a bit, sob a bit, because those volatile oil are going to make you cry. And then show it on the camera how it looks. Well, those are crispy now, but after 10 to 12 minutes they are going to be watery. They are going to lose their water. They are going to lose their moisture. Cover it with kitchen towel or any damn towel you have. Grab those corianders. Wash them, obviously, cut off their roots and start picking them. I just wanted leaves and no stems, so I time-lapsed or fast-forwarded those leaf grabbing process, and then chiffonade those coriander. Making a roll out of those small leaves was very difficult, and chiffonade of those sticky wet leaves is more difficult. So be careful, but do chiffonade because it looks good in garnish and in the mixture, which I'm going to show afterwards. Slowly cut it, or should I say chiffonade it. It's a fancy word, right? We have learned that in school. Show it on camera how good that it looks. Sprinkle a bit on the board, and then it's time to add spices. By mistakenly grab a big spoon and then throw it away and grab a smaller one. So 1.5 teaspoon of red chili powder and 1 teaspoon of turmeric. Sorry, next time I'll be fast in editing and in cooking too. So 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, and 1 pinch of ova. That's something I put because I think that this mixture was quite hot, and it gives and later on add basin. Yeah, so 2 tablespoons of basin. And by the way, I added ova to cool down a mixture, and it feels good when it goes inside your body as well. So um, keep that science aside. I added 1 tablespoon of rice flour and mixed it. Over here you can see that I'm not adding any water because you know why? Onions left water. Sorry, onions. Oh, onions have left water because the salt which I added, it drew out all the moisture from the onions. And then I mixed it and added coriander. I didn't add coriander at the start because those are babies. You don't want to hurt them by massaging them a lot. If you keep caressing them, they'll go black. You don't want that. You want those green babies to be looking green. And then have a taste. Decide on if you need salt or not, and then add salt because you don't have salt in it. Check on for the salt again. Add salt again. You know, this tasting and mixing. This is something I have learned in industry. So this is the trial run that I did. I just wanted to check the temperature of my oil, and you know what, it was smoking hot. We don't want that. Actually, oil must have been around 180 degrees. So I checked my burnt pakoda, the first trial pakoda. It needed a bit salt. Even it was bitter, I could taste that it needed more salt. So I added more salt, mixed it, turned off the gas because oil was so hot. Then I slowly placed my pakodas in the oil. I did 3 in first batch. Second one was a bit big. So I placed 3, and you can see the oil is bubbling. It's very important that you have to fill your pot halfway, or else the oil will come out. And please guys, don't do this. I'm used to this because I've worked on fryer for a long time, and after that I realized that I have tongs. Why was I using my hands? Never mind. Here it goes. Flip those bhajiyas because your pot is not that deep, and oil isn't covering a lot. So flip it, and then realize that you need some tea with those pakodas. And for these pakodas I'm using accompaniment, and those accompaniment are chilies. You have to slit those chilies because if you put those chilies whole inside the oil, they are going to burst. So I'm slitting them not in half, just in between, so all the moisture, it has room to escape. And then we have to make tea. Should I be teaching you guys how to make tea? Well, I'll be doing that in a later video, but this one I just wanted to drink tea in this rainy weather of Sydney. I don't know, it's cold, it's rainy, it's hot. I don't get this weather. Anyways, it was raining today, so I decided to make bhajiya. So I added chilies in those hot oil just to make fried chilies, and then had second thought that I had made a mistake. But then I then added a second one. The oil was still splattering. Removed those chilies after they were not crispy, but they were hot. I thought they would come out crispy, but there was too much moisture, and moisture is the enemy of crispiness. Garnish your pakodas with coriander and add some chaat masala. Then build it in such a way that it would look good in camera. You know, everything should be looking good in camera, in front of camera. Then pour yourself some tea, and I was disappointed that there was a little spill over there. I was sad. Then clear your mess, and I'll shut up over here so you guys could listen. Adjust your camera and set the shut up already. Yeah, die and go to heaven. Tasted my own creation. Had second thoughts before eating that chili because that's hot. And you know what? That was pathetic. It had no spice, it wasn't hot. And did this because why? Because it's necessary. And here's my take on B roll. Not that good, but it looked good, so